Hi, I'm just going to take a little bit of time to talk through the 10 multiple choice questions that you did in the assessment before half term. Before we start, let's just have a think about the technique that you should be using when you're answering multiple choice papers. This should be pretty obvious, but you need to read the question carefully, and it's a good idea to underline keywords. You could try covering up the options and think about what the answer should be before looking at them. And then thirdly, eliminate the distractors. So these are the answers that don't answer the question. They give an option where if you haven't read the question carefully, you'll fall into the trap of choosing it. But watch out for those as we go through. So the first question is about the PPF. Combinations of fruit and wheat. And the country is choosing to produce OF and OK. So it's producing at this point here. It's going to increase the amount of fruit to here. So what's it giving up to get this extra amount here? Well, the answer is here. So it's B. So question 2. Keyword in the question, normative. So what's normative to do with? It's an opinion, a view. It's non-testable. The only non-testable statement here is D. People will agree or disagree, but it's non-testable. So question 3 is quite difficult because we haven't looked in any detail at merit goods. But we have got a normal equilibrium where the equilibrium is currently at P1. And the question says, how do we get to OQ2? This point over here. Well, two of the options are distractors. So these two down here, partly because it's an area of the syllabus we haven't looked at. So then we have to decide, how do we reach this new level of output by creating or establishing a new equilibrium. So if a tax was imposed, remember a tax is going to shift the supply curve to the left. But if we move to that point, we haven't got Q2 level of consumption. So the only policy that can take us there is a government subsidy, and a government subsidy effectively shifts supply to the right, and the level of the subsidy is this vertical distance, which is P3, P2. So the answer is B. Question 4, keyword, inferior good. So inferior good relates to income elasticity of demand. So we can remove A and we can remove C. So the answer is D, because by definition an inferior good has income elasticity of demand which is negative. Question 5 comes up a lot. It's about the role of money. The only reason we use money is because it allows us to specialise and exchange, and we specialise use division of labour to create a surplus that we can then exchange. So the answer is D. The other three options don't make any sense in terms of the question.